This is Cycle 3, Week 2, Fine Arts. We're going to do mirror images this week. So I would just start with reviewing the oils from last week, what they were, and if any of the kids saw any oils in maybe some of the artwork they have at home or outside in nature or anything like that. And then you're going to introduce mirror images, which is going to be our topic for this week. So you just ask them, where do you see a mirror image? In a mirror would be the easiest answer. There are books called Mirror Mirror or Echo Echo in your bins. And this is the Echo Echo one. So there's parts, the building, that are the same, but then there are parts that are different. The column, but then what's on the column, the boat and the sail ship. So you can pre-look at that. Some of them are better than others for mirror images, but you can talk about what's mirrored, what's not mirrored, and it's kind of fun for kids to point that stuff out. Try and include the whole class if you have a very excited kid that wants to answer all the questions. Just, let him answer once or twice, and then really maybe try and call on a kid without calling them out, but trying to include everyone. So our first activity is going to be draw the missing half of our insect. And there are 10 of these. There are 5 to 8 kids in your class. So you should have some extras. There's a butterfly, there's a bee, there's a ladybug. Okay, so some of them are better than others. There's a moth. But what the kids are trying to do, right, is, you can use colored pencils or just regular pencils, depending on what you think your class is good for. If you use these colored pencils, the one thing I'm gonna say is I love them because you don't have to sharpen them, but try not to get them to go too far up, because if you go any farther than this, they're gonna break. And then that's just a bummer because, other kids can't use it. So if, I'm gonna do this. So, right, you're just going to, you can't really see this color, but you're trying to make the body of it and then the antenna, and you're just trying to kind of copy it. It doesn't have to be great, but it's just the idea of a mirror image and trying to make it look the same. Throw away any extras of these, put a name label on them, and keep them for the kids' art folders at the end of the year. And then the next project, that should take 5 to 8 minutes, not super long, because we want to spend some time on the next one. And also, if you have extra time at the end, the kids can go back and do that as well. So the next one is we're going to make a mirror image. So every kid needs a piece of tinfoil, a paintbrush, a piece of cardstock with a name label on it. Actually, you might want to name label the tinfoil too. That's up to you. And some paint. And the paints, you can decide on how many colors. I would say at least 2. But if you want to get them all out, that's totally up to you. That's great. That's just however comfortable you feel in class and how many moms you have to help you participate in this. So each kid's going to get a piece of, and please put a tablecloth down for this one. This is going to be messy. And if kids have art shirts, this would be a great time to put those on. So each kid's going to get a piece of tinfoil. This one's a little bit big. If this is your sheet of paper, I would make it, I should have done this initially, but almost even a little bit smaller than, this is probably a good size. A little bit even smaller than your piece of paper. So you're going to take the paint. I just grabbed 2 paints. I don't really care. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to do this and I'll show you. I'm just going to dot some pink and then some red. And I'm going to give you an idea about how much. Okay, so you can see I've got that. And now what I'm going to do is turn this down. Okay, so I'm just going, you can get some you know, swirls in there or lines. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna paint this all out. And then I want to show you the consistency because you can't have it too thick. But of course, if you have it too thin, it's not gonna show up. So this is what my picture looks like. Okay, so you can see that there's just a little bit of paint on there, but it's not dripping. You're gonna take the second sheet of paper, you're gonna press it down onto it, and then you're gonna flatten it out, okay? Got it? Now you're gonna take it from one side, this is just the easiest way to do it, and you're gonna pull it back. So you get an idea of how much paint I put on there. Okay, so that's your mirror image. So that's what you get to do. Now, if you want to really get crazy, and if you have girls in your class, or I don't know, if boys want some glitter, you could also just, and this is not provided, so it would just be if you have it, but you could just sprinkle a little glitter on or something, just to make it fun. You don't have to do that. And that's it. So put both of these in their art folders. They could probably take this one home, or you can keep it in your art folder. Totally up to you. And yeah, just clean up when you're done. Have a mom help you out and wipe down those tablecloths and all of the paintbrushes and paint. Thanks.